Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And some room to work. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
42 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run again with Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They hand this off to Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
The left side caught by Diggs. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Here's a run with Ballage. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll stay on the ground. Ballage again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a punt. Now, Kalen Ballage taking it in from a yard out. And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Steelers.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Buying, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. These two teams all tied after 1. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing now is Allen. Under pressure, they got him again. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just to...
And the pressure gets to him again. Alex Highsmith. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only two rookies doing 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
And the Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Pickett. Quick completion here to Johnson. They find some open field here. Down the right sideline. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On third down, here's Harris. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Allen off the play fake. Works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. This one caught by Isabella. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On play action, Allen. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Sutton in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Bass is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Win or go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Stevenson now. He's going to bring this out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before missed the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So there's the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
We often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Tyson Alualu able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen caught right side. Davis. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, and he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? Now Balaj. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. So 8 yards on the completion there. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And taken right at the 35. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Allen hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Pickett. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, 28 yards. And the Steelers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward, his 2nd sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun. All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Play action. Now it's Allen. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen got his man complete over the middle. That's Anderson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, 29 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Second down, here's Pickett. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Balaj. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Balaj. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
on a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And partner, a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Balaj is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll try again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Not so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch him. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle on the play by Christian Benford. On 2nd and 9, Pickett. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A give to Harris, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Now Pickett. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This for the lead in the final stages. Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, some time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Allen. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready, because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do.